Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing a new arrival video for November 5th, 2021. Not as much as the last couple of weeks, but still a massive amount of new arrivals and a few restocks from Analog Productions in here as well. Yeah, no new pre-orders to talk to you guys about. Don't forget though as well, we have a live stream me and Angel are doing this Sunday coming up. Should be a pretty good one. I went to New York this past week. I've just gotten back into the store today. Went to New York, saw some shows, went to the Village Vanguard, saw David Byrne. But it'll be fun to talk about. I had a good time. But yeah, let's get to the new arrivals. The first thing is the Billy Joel vinyl collection. This is box set number 1. Although they haven't announced the box set number 2. I think the second box would actually be a little more in demand than this box because those later, late 80s, through River of Dreams, those albums actually are quite difficult to get. The thing that kind of frustrates me about this is, I have many copies of all of Billy Joel's albums, but they put an unreleased album in here, live from the Great American Music Hall. So I want to listen to that. I love Billy Joel. Seen him multiple times in concert. Seen him with Elton John doing the dueling piano shows he was doing a while back. Face-to-face tour, I think it was. But so I'd love to hear that, but I'm debating, do I need a box set? Do I need another box set of, 7 albums I have and 1 LP I don't have? If you don't have all these Billy Joel albums, or a good chunk of them, then this would probably be a better, this would be a little easier for you guys to make that decision. But me, I got plenty of them. Keith Richards, just in time for Christmas, Run, Run, Rudolph. Actually, a fantastic song he did. Maybe in the 70s this came out originally. It's essentially an EP. I want to say this is on, it doesn't mention it, but I thought the blurb for this showed it on kind of a splatter wax. Weather Report, music on vinyl, Sweet Nighter. This is numbered to 1500. This is number 585. This is on turquoise vinyl. 1500, not many. So this is going to be a one and done type of deal from music on vinyl. New album from Mr. Bungle. This is The Night They Came Home. This is the indie exclusive on orange vinyl. 2-disc set. Haynes Carl. You Get It All. From Blue Note. Trendy Oyster House. This is The Look of Love. She's an artist out of the Netherlands, but this actually looks pretty interesting. I'm going to have to give this a try. She's doing I Say a Little Prayer, Walk On By. They only did 1,000 of these. It's on turquoise vinyl. But, this would originally came out in 2006. So this is probably my guess. It's, not very common on vinyl. But I'll give this a listen to as well. This looks good. Muddy Waters, The Montreux Years. This is essentially a greatest hits from his 3 appearances at Montreux. Love Muddy Waters. I'm big. I love the Chicago blues, by far and away what I gravitate to. Not really a big fan of the country, more folky blues. But, when it comes to Chicago blues, it's Muddy Waters, and he's the man. Status Quo Masters Collection, another music on vinyl title, number to 2500. This is the Pie Years. Ed Sheeran's newest album, Equals Sign. I'm guessing we're going to call this. This is the indie exclusive on white vinyl. Not really an Ed Sheeran fan, but kind of like Adele does the year it was conceptualized. I wouldn't say it was the year it was released. Like her new album is called 30, but I think she's 33. It's kind of her shtick. She did 19, 21, 25, and 30. He does buttons off the calculator. That's his shtick. He does buttons off the calculator that aren't numbers. So yeah, we have done divide. We've done now equals, multiply. But yeah, there you go. Electrolyte Orchestra Part 2. Moment of Truth. Parker McCollum. Gold Chain Cowboy, featuring the hits Party Heart and To Be Loved by You, plus 8 new songs. The Offspring, Let the Bad Times Roll. Okay, so here's some restocks from Analog Productions. I have got the Counting Crows back in stock. From my top 10 in-print rock and pop records you should own, Dream with Dean. This is absolutely a fantastic record. Another absolutely fantastic record from the top 100 in-print analog records you should own list is Elvis's 24 Karat Hits. This is a triple disc. Good chunk of Doors titles back in. Morrison Hotel. From my top 10 in-print R&B and soul records you should own, Otis Redding's Otis Blue. Fantastic record with the original Respect that Aretha Franklin recorded a couple years after that. Julian Welch, this is the Lost Songs. Real nice box set. I want to say this is a triple disc. Really nice. Her stuff is recorded absolutely exceptionally well. I mean, her stuff is audiophile through and through. This is, you know, the real, you know, they're fans of vinyl, the format themselves. So this is kind of a combination of an artist releasing music on a format that they really dig. It's like if I had any musical talent whatsoever and I was to release a record, this is how I would do it. But mastered from the original tapes. I think they're all pressed at QRP, although it doesn't mention it on the box. I'm pretty sure they're all pressed at QRP. Stoughton jacket, real nice linen box. Julian Welch, kind of folky. Another restock of The Doors' Strange Days. Restock of The Doors' Self-Titled. Guys, these are not going to be in print forever. Do not wait until they go out of print and then be forced to pay $200 a record for these. Get them while they're in print now. They are in print now. They have been in print for some time. I want to say these originally came out maybe 2012, 2014 is when these originally came. You know, that's when it comes to an audiophile label, that's getting pretty long in the tooth. And when they were end of last year, when these things were out of print, I want to say they were going for $150, $200. So, you know, just by that alone, as soon as people can't get them, you already know where where they're going because they've already been there. One of my favorite series, The Wonderful Sounds of Female Vocals. This is kind of the one to have this in the Christmas. I say that, but the male vocals is fantastic as well. Audiophile compilation from Analog Productions. Essentially what they're doing is giving you a kind of a greatest hits culled from a lot of the records they have in print. Everything from Julie London, Ella Fitzgerald, Dusty Springfield, Ricky Lee Jones, Patsy Cline, Holly Cole, Diana Krall, Joan Baez. Unbelievably killer sounding record. I love all three in the series. The Wonderful Sounds of Female Vocals, The Wonderful Sounds of Christmas, which this is obviously the time for this, and The Wonderful Sounds of Male Vocals. All three of these are kind of must-haves. They're all demo quality test records. I mean, they're absolutely fantastic. If you get one, the female vocals is probably going to be the place to start. The Christmas, I mean, they're all three are good. Really, really good. All right, from my top 10 in-print R&B and soul records you should own, Muddy Waters Folk Singer. This is the 45 RPM version. Comes in 33 and 45. Fantastic, exceptionally well recorded record. Really good. Snail Mail by Valentine. This is the indie exclusive limited edition gold vinyl version. The Very Best of Motorhead. This is the standard 2-disc version. There's a 2-disc, and then I think I showed last week there's a more deluxe version of this. Phish is reissuing Joy. 2009. Let's see, this is on swirl colored vinyl. I saw photos of this They're on the website as well. Really good looking vinyl. I actually saw Billy Idol live. It was a concert that really blew me away. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. But he has a Christmas album. And I have to hear this now, so I'm going to have to take one of these home. Available for the first time on vinyl. This is limited edition white vinyl on George Harrison's label, Dark Horse. All right, this came out a couple of weeks ago, but I never actually showed it. And I forgot to do it last week, but I'm like, you know what, let me do it. John Coltrane's A Love Supreme live in Seattle. The reviews on this thing are absolutely fantastic. I mean, this has been written up by all the music mags, audiophile mags. I haven't gotten a chance to listen to this. I've been out of town. I'm going to do it this weekend. But I'm really looking forward to it. Double disc. Essentially, it's a live concert from Seattle. Kind of, from what I hear in the reviews, they kind of talk about, you know, with all these jazz guys, if you ever listen to, for instance, Miles Davis doing Kinda Blue live, you'll never hear anything that he's done live that even remotely resembles the studio output. And that's kind of real common for a lot of live jazz musicians. It's not like seeing Elton John do Crocodile Rock, where, you know, he's keeping it really in tune to what came out on the record. Jazz musicians really kind of reinterpreted their own work as they went throughout the years, and things constantly changed and progressed. Miles did it. The vibe I'm getting from the reviews is this is kind of a, you know, an alternate version of Love Supreme. But I'll know more when I listen to it this week. Soul Jazz Record presents Boombox. I've been bringing a lot of the Soul Jazz Record stuff in lately. I showed you guys these last week. They're both fantastic. They sold out pretty quick, but I got a restock on them. Don't sleep on either one of these titles. They're really, really good. From Modern Harmonic, Whip Boyd's Dracula, The Dirty Old Man. This includes the DVD. And Party Girls. This does not include the DVD. This is a lost soundtrack. Or, excuse me, not a lost soundtrack, a lost movie that they found the reels to the soundtrack. They know it came out. They researched it. They saw newspaper clips. This actually was reviewed. It did come out. But the movie, it's lost to time. But they are both funky, jazzy, like lounge cocktail. I play them in the store a lot lately this past couple of months since I discovered these. And I mean, every time I put them on, they just absolutely fly out of here. I won't say if the movie's any good. I'm assuming it's not, because on the hype sticker, it actually tells you it includes the DVD of the entire awful film. So, you know, they're not really hyping it up much there. But musically, they're absolutely fantastic. Everybody that hears them when I play either one of these records comes into the store, wonders what it is, and then buys it. Pharaoh Sanders Floating Points. This has been one of those, every now and then you'll get a jazz release that kind of picks up some mainstream press, some steam. And this is one of them. Floating Points by Pharaoh Sanders. It's jazzy, it's a little classically. It's quite different and unlike anything else really out there. I really dig this album. I play it a lot in the store. This is the indie store exclusive that's been at, you know, when these first came out, I think I got one or two of them, and they went away. I finally got the rest of my original order. When I looked on Discogs yesterday, I think it was, or the day before yesterday, these were going for $100 a piece. But that is not going to maintain, because they actually put the rest of what probably was coming out. They made the second batch, and they are back in print. But this album in any format has been impossible to keep in stock. I don't think they really anticipated how well this record was going to do. And yeah, it's been flying off the shelves. But Pharaoh Sanders Floating Points, I can highly recommend this. Pharaoh Sanders, very avant-garde. This really kind of isn't that. This is much more tame. Real nice die-cut cover. You know, very good record. Highly recommend it. Soul Jazz presents Bunny Lee, another Soul Jazz title. Like I said, been bringing a lot of those into the store. Segall harmonizer. Nice jacket. Nice tip-on jacket. Doesn't say anything on it, though. Beautiful Garbage by Garbage. This is the box set. Nice. Looks like a magnetic flip-up box. The solution is Restless. Joan as Police Woman. Double LP. Okay. No clue what that is, guys. Mountain Man. Made the Harbor. What else do we have today? Aggression. Greatest. Interesting. Has like a nice punkish type flyer insert. Kind of just sitting on the back. Houndmouth. Good for You. Another copy of Mr. Bungle. So this, I'm guessing, is a different version of it. What does this say? This is a virtual live concert experience. I'm trying to see if that's what the other one was. Yeah, they're both just different color vinyl, different cover. This one's on white vinyl. Claire Hamill. Abracadabra. Another Claire Hamill. Stage Door Johnnies. The Art is Murder. Pressed on red and clear vinyl, limited to 1,200 from Nuclear Blast. Sylvan Esso. And Babe Ruth. All right, guys, that is it for this week's new arrivals. Check us out online. We, again, www.theingroove.com. We are going to have a live stream this Sunday. I want to say it's going to be about 1 o'clock Arizona time. But yeah,